influence. So first, he says, Eve, first thing I want to do is I want to drive this wedge. Did God really say? Did God really say? Eve, I don't want to preach, but I feel preaching coming on. But did God really say? Oh, Lord have mercy. Did God really say? I'm just saying, did God really say? And I'm just saying, what did God really say? Were you there? Did you hear him say it? Doesn't the account of what God says keep you forever subjugated to both he and Adam? Did God really say, or did Adam say for his benefit? I'm just saying. It's only two peoples. Why would God not talk to you? Why is Adam keeping God from you? So I just want to sow this seed of dissension. Did God really say? Can you really believe what Adam said? Then let me tell you now what I know. Since I got you questioning what he says. God knows the day you eat thereof, you will be like him. So he drives the wedge between Eve and God. Eve and Adam, and then Eve and God. Now, Adam then allows the wedge to be drawn between he and God in order to keep he and Eve. Can I help you just a moment? I'm not sexist or chauvinistic, but just according to the plan of God, Adam was the point man, and therefore he was the progenitor of seed. And so therefore, had Adam not eaten, Eve would have suffered the consequences alone, but all of humanity still would have been preserved. And Adam had several more ribs. That one. I'm just saying that. I know one songwriter says second time around, it's better than the first. He could have created him a better Eve. See, because of the behavior of Adam, Eve, and the serpent, chaos is experienced by all of creation, and the relationship of trust, full disclosure without the fear of consequence, is replaced by the relationship of distrust, naked and ashamed with fear of judgment. The new or fallen paradigm of relationship is a marred one due to the violation of roles, responsibilities, respect, and relatability. Eve had no business making that decision. It wasn't her role. See, that could have stopped right then and there. See, when Satan's at work, his first attack is attacking out of order. It was not Eve's role to make the decision to eat of that tree. But it was Adam's responsibility not to follow suit. A fallen world is now characterized by these four words: chaos, confusion, conflict, and controversy. Because of fallen relationships, now we're living one with another in the midst of chaos, confusion, conflict, and controversy. These four words are the human context of relationship, which means then, in order to have a relationship, it is very complex. Why do you think many of you are hurt today? And the pain that you're carrying in your soul today is based upon fallen and failed relationships. Whether it is of a church order, of a parental order, or a marital or platonic order, you've been hurt. And because you've been hurt, that hurt has shaped you to become another kind of person that's not free to trust and love, because you've been hurt because of a fallen and failed relationship. So how do you stop people from getting what God has for them? You put them in a situation where they experience fallen and failed relationships, because nothing hurts like a failed relationship. Some of you in marriage number 4 still trying to get out of marriage number 1. Y'all don't like me now. Chaos, confusion, conflict, controversy. See, we're constantly interacting with chaos, conflict, confusion, and controversy. Nobody likes it. These 4 relational weapons of Satan is the chaos, which is the absence of order. Confusion, which is the absence of clarity. Conflict, which is the absence of peace. And controversy, which is the absence of resolve. Satan runs you and I through these things. I don't know what's going on. Chaos. What's happening? Who did what? Who said what? Confusion. Man, my spirit's vexed. Conflict. How is this going to end? Controversy, absence of resolve. The Bible teaches us that God is not the author of confusion. Listen. The Bible teaches us that God is not the author of confusion. So wherever there is confusion, you can bet God did not author that. I don't care if it's in your marriage, God had nothing to do with that. I don't care if it's at your job, God had nothing. He's not the author of confusion. He's the author of peace. God's end goal is to create peaceful relationships that reflect their God-assigned task or role, and is fueled by love and not hate. Thus, with the absence of love, which love does not exist in the context of chaos, confusion, conflict, and controversy. These are not the birth foundations of love. These are the things that love overcomes. Now, when it comes to having a relationship with God, relationship with God is characterized by love. And love is so necessary because chaos, confusion, conflict, and controversy births hate, bitterness, distrust. But God overcomes that with love. Oh, God. And love is not passivity. No. Love is so powerful that God says, if you really want to know that you have a relationship with me and you need a sign, don't look for a miracle. He says, by this, you will know that you've passed from death unto life because you love, y'all don't want to talk to me, because you love the brethren. But when you're always dealing with chaos, confusion, conflict, and controversy, what that does is that threatens your perseverance. It threatens who you are in perpetuity. It assaults your longevity, and thus it produces fear. But the Bible says perfect love. Y'all don't want to talk to me. I'm not talking about an imperfect love. I'm not talking about a carnal love. I'm not talking about somebody saying I love you. The Bible says that perfect love casts out. Oh, thus God says, what I do for you in a walk with me is I give you love. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but love, power, and a sound mind. The way God overcame our relational blocks with him is that the Bible says that for God so loved the world that y'all don't listen, y'all don't like me now. I'm kind of go in and I done lost you on relationship somewhere. Now, here he says, for God so loved the world that he what? Gave his only begotten son. But whosoever what? See, that's the problem. Satan's going to tell you not to believe it. Because distrust and disbelief is what stops you from functioning with God. The Bible says without faith it's impossible to please him. You ain't got to worry about what nobody else can do to you. God's got your back. The question is, do you believe it? Thus, love is so powerful over hate. Look to your neighbor and say, I know you got some haters, but love them. The Bible says, love your enemies. Love them that despitefully use you. Love them that lie on you. Love them that spread rumors on you. Love them. Your greatest weapon is love. It covers a multitude of sin. Satan's trying to make you hate, but God says love. Look to your neighbor and say, love is your strongest weapon. Thus, how can I love someone who's hurting me? do I deal with someone that's trying to destroy me right now? God says love them. Well, how do I love them? But you got to love them through the love of God. For the Bible says, Romans 5 and 8, God commanded his love. Sometimes you got to command your love. Sometimes love does not flow automatically and organically. Sometimes you got to command love. I want you to hear me now. So the Bible says this. God commanded his love towards us in this, while we were yet fornicating, while we were yet gossiping, while we were yet lying, while we were yet murdering. Christ died on the cross for, y'all don't want to talk to me. I need somebody that understands the power and the value of a cross. Sometimes you just got to pick up your cross and follow him.